Lindsay, thank you. I'm hearing the name Jackson Dart a lot from a lot of those reporters. We'll see at what point tonight, if at all, we wind up hearing his name. In the meantime, you saw some of the players who will be here. They are in the green room, and that's where our Molly McGrath is standing by. She'll have our interviews with the players all night long. Good evening, Molly.
Good evening, Bree. That's right. There are 15 draft prospects in this green room, all hoping to hear their names in this first round here tonight. And once they receive that life-changing phone call from their new team, players will walk this way towards this tunnel to make their way to the stage to meet with Commissioner Roger Goodell. Now, they'll walk into this hallway as college prospects. And then about 45 seconds later, they're going to walk out onto that stage as professional football players. And Boise State running back Ashton Jeanty teared up when I asked him about this moment. And he said, this will be a heartwarming walk for me because my journey to this point was not straight. You know, growing up as a military kid, under-recruited, living overseas, but accomplishing my goals anyway. Penn State edge rusher Abdul Carter said that this is going to be a really emotional day for his family. His father, Christopher, trained him his entire childhood, having him run around the block and lift weights in their living room at just 8 years old, all for this moment. And how about the projected first overall pick, Cam Ward, who told me he thought about this walk, this moment, his entire life, but said he's most excited for this, to stand in front of this mirror and put on his new team's hat. And he even told me he hopes that it's a Titans hat. Now, in a room right off of this stage are 32 team hats of all different sizes. They took the players' measurements just yesterday, and every player I spoke with told me they're most excited for two things: to get their hat and for that trademark Roger Goodell hug right here on this mark in front of over 250,000 fans as the NFL history for the next generation starts now in the shadow of historic Lambeau Field.
Green Bay. For more than 100 years, your city has been essential to the NFL's journey. Any professional can know without the fact that we thank you for everything. Green Bay should be proud of what they've done for the moment. Legends. And traditions. Welcome everybody to Green Bay, Wisconsin, and night one of the 2025 NFL Draft presented by Courtyard by Marriott. You can see this place has filled up in the shadow of Lambeau Field. We have an estimated 250,000 people who have come here tonight to watch all 32 National Football League teams have their shapes completely remade as each of them has a selection in tonight's draft. At least as of now, we are expecting a great many trades along the way. I'm February here with all of the fans ready to go. There's a movie out here shortly. The players are ready to go. The National Football League draft is just about underway as the commissioner will put the Tennessee Titans on the clock in just a matter of moments. That's Lambeau Field. The green room is packed with players. You just heard Molly McGrath introducing you to several of those who are here. Cam Ward expecting to hear his name first tonight. Began his journey at the incarnate word, and tonight expected to be the first pick in the National Football League draft. A remarkable rise for that player who made the right decision a year ago when he almost came out. There's Travis Hunter, the Heisman Trophy winner, a superstar on offense, a superstar on defense, the sort of prospect the National Football League has not seen in decades. Can he become the new superstar? Of course, his teammate, Shedeur Sanders, is not here tonight. We don't know exactly when his name will be called. He has been the most talked about player leading up through this entire draft process. The quarterback at Colorado. Will he hear his name called tonight at all? That certainly will be one of the storylines as he and his legendary father won round one of the NFL draft tonight from Texas. And we bring you inside this draft theater. We are absolutely thrilled once again to bring you this magnificent debate. It is our privilege to welcome you to Green Bay. Not quite frozen tundra tonight, although it feels like football weather here in Green Bay, as it usually does. That's us on that stage. Right outside, everybody, welcome to Green Bay. We are thrilled to have you with us. I'm Mike Greenberg, that's Louis Riddick, that's Bernie McFarland. That's the man who invented the draft. Mel Tucker Jr., Adam Schefter is out with us as well tonight. You'll hear from him momentarily. And Mel, I'll start with you. We have been talking about this on our podcast, the First Draft Podcast, going all the way back to September. So many questions. What is the one you are most looking forward to hearing the answer to in the next few hours tonight?
Of course, Sanders. Easily the talk of the draft. He's my number one quarterback. He was outstanding for 2 years at Colorado. Without getting a lot of help. Couldn't run the football, couldn't protect them, but he was accurate. He was being held up from a durability standpoint. He did it with NFL positions around him. I love Shedeur. Perfect fit. Perfect fit is the New Orleans Saints at pick number 9. Because at 2 and 3, you're getting the best players in the draft. Mr. Travis Hunter, Cleveland, maybe Apple Carter, guys. But at 9, the best player on the board, quarterback they need, division with the number 1 pick overall price. Number 1 pick overall pick for Michael Penix Jr. In the dome, Shedeur is ideal. Perfect for the New Orleans Saints.
So many edge rushers. After Hakeem Carter, who's going to be the next edge rusher off the board? I think the edge rushers dominate the draft tonight.
The emergence of the conversations surrounding big-play running back. That's ridiculous. He personifies big-play running back. He got a conversation around running back again. Where does that go tonight?
Maybe in the top 5. There's been a lot of speculation about that. Well, there is a unique tradition of riding bicycles in the city of Green Bay. Kids used to bring their bikes over and allow the players to ride them to training camp. That's a tradition that goes back about a half a century in Green Bay. Now, who's already whispered in my ear, they see that tradition reenacted tonight as the commissioner makes his way to the stage. I see some bicycles out here in the crowd as the commissioner gets set to come out and welcome everyone here to the draft. And there he is.
Watch your order move.
It is a tradition unlike any other. They borrow the phrase from our friends at CBS. Roger Goodell riding his bicycle out onto the stage to the usual chorus of enthusiastic booing from all of the fans. There are so many of them. As you see bringing out some of the Packer legends. I think they're recognized very well at the back there. Rain is here on the bicycle. Roger Goodell, open the proceedings for us here. Here's the commissioner.
Okay. Okay, welcome to the 2025 NFL Draft in Green Bay, Wisconsin.
Move, baby.
People said that Green Bay was too small for this with a population of 107,000. But we have over 125,000 people here and still counting. Obviously, Green Bay made it small, but it's mighty. Thank you all for welcoming us here tonight. I hope you have a great day. Over the next 3 days, we will welcome in the next generation of stars into the NFL and bring hope to every NFL team. We may have a few surprises for you tonight. But first, let's hear from some of your Packer greats. Please welcome Clay Matthews, Jerry Nelson, Mason Crosby, is off script here real quick, Roger. Just got off the phone with the president, Donald Trump. He asked me if he was 32 NFL franchises. So let me tell you what.
Only one that matters.
It's just my fellow Americans. The Bears still suck!
Might be going to the Hall of Fame game.
It's time to get the show started. Are you ready? The 2025 NFL Draft is now officially open. The Tennessee Titans are on the clock.
And so those are the words we've been waiting since February to hear. The draft is open, the Titans are on the clock, and here are some of the options that they have. Certainly the overwhelming expectation is they will take Cam Ward, the quarterback out of Miami. The Travis Hunter is available and expected to hear his name called early tonight, the two-way superstar, Abdul Carter. The pass rusher extraordinaire out of Penn State, wearing the legendary numbers. Micah Parsons leading that level of good on the next level. The two quarterbacks, Cam Ward, expecting to go number one tonight. Is it the right decision? We'll talk about it. Shedeur Sanders. When he hears his name called tonight at all, that's one of the big questions we've been discussing for weeks on the talk shows leading up to this night. The man who has almost all of the answers, almost all of the time, is our Adam Schefter. He's with us all evening long. Shefty, what does everyone need to know as we get underway?
Well, thanks, Cleve. The Cleveland Browns, New York Giants, and New Orleans Saints only inquired about the availability of Cam Ward to the Titans. All were denied, despite the fact that the New York Giants offered their first-round pick this and next year, along with other picks. The Titans were sold on Cam Ward's workout. The new general manager, Mike Borgazzi, came from the Chiefs.
This is my first live video from Herbie Gone. I mean, I did do one live video before, but that was more of the
So now they're poised to make Cam Ward the fourth number one overall pick to the world.
Focusing more on the TV, so you got to see the draft.
Callahan, Peyton Manning, Matthew Stafford, Joe Burrow, and Cam Ward right there, Brady.
All right, Shefty, thank you very much. So, Mel Tucker Jr., you and I have been talking about this on our podcast, the first podcast going back to December. Shedeur Sanders was your number one quarterback on the board then. He has remained that way throughout.
What's going on, everybody?
The Titans are making the right call tonight, taking Cam Ward from you. Cam Ward, I get it. Your arm talent is undeniable. I understand that. He can be creative. He can escape. He can do things that Shedeur can't do. But Shedeur gets an offensive line in front of him. The exact same thing I said about Tom Brady thinking about the sixth-round pick. And for Giovanni Carvalho, the top went the third round because he's more athletic and more talented physically, athletically. That's all that happened there. When you look at Shedeur Sanders, everything you want an NFL quarterback to be, he has. Toughness in the pocket, unflappable, final 2 reps a game, looking for slight, accurate passes, short, intermediate, speed. He does all that. He was sacked a lot, right? So it doesn't get all out of 6 after. He didn't have any help. Not much of line. Blown block after blown block. Ole block after Ole block. He had no chance. He had to try to make plays. He did. Guess what? The push was going through the roof. Not many balls hit the ground. But he needs to come through. He did. Shows that he's not that athletic. It's ridiculous nonsense. He can move. He can roll right, roll left. Third base, he can get your first down with his legs. This kid adds what the NFL wants. Got that position for the NFL. Muddy pocket, right? Pressure all the time. No running game. 15 rush over 2 years of Colorado. 350 yards for the season. That's it. Like Ashton Jitty and Amari Hampton in a game and a half. Are you kidding me? No running game, no offensive line. To put up the numbers they did, he to me deserves me. And I think I understand Cam Ward. You want a 6'3", 230-pounder. You want a guy with a rocket arm. You want a guy with 4'6 feet. It's not Shedeur Sanders. Cam Ward, stronger arm, more talent. I get it. But
I'm telling you, your standard, old school, classic, you can win taking this thing. It's been proven time and time again.
Two things that everyone points to. Talking about quarterback play, the two things that everyone wants is great decision making and accuracy throwing the football. I know, Booger, you're going to talk about these two things, and it's the two things that Shedeur Sanders has built his career on, and yet we continue to stop trying to knock this young man down for things that really people don't hang their hat on. He has plenty of horsepower in his arm. He has plenty of mobility, as you mentioned. I don't understand it either, but I'll tell you this. I believe the Tennessee Titans aren't maybe the right fit with Cam Ward because he does all the things that Shedeur can do, and he does have special horsepower. And this comparison right here, style of play, it is like Patrick Mahomes in terms of the creativity and the ability to find time in the pocket and do things that are unconventional that may have you screaming at home when you're watching on the TV screen, but then it turns out to be big plays. Patrick Mahomes has made a living doing this. Yes, he was one of the greatest books of all time, and Andy Reid was not the way to harness it. But that's what Brian Callahan has to do. Cam Ward, harness it. Make sure he does it judiciously. All platform growth. Just look at this, 5 times the pocket, a kick out to the left, and then throw it up the goal with the first base. It looks like Derek Jeter playing for the New York Yankees. What do you Look at that. This is just a comparison. And you'd be hard-pressed to tell me that you don't see the same thing that Mike Borgazzi saw, that we're showing on this screen, and this is why Cam Ward's the #1 overall pick.
All right, Booger, so settle the tie here. I've got one vote for Shedeur, I've got one vote for Cam Ward. If it was your team, who would you select?
For me, it would be Shedeur Sanders. And you become enamored so much by the wild plays, so much by the off-platform throws. For Greedy, we don't take the simple, we don't like the simple order. What Shedeur Sanders does, he plays the football like an old the quarterback spot. Stands back in the pocket and he throws the football with accuracy. And it may not be the most special thing you've seen, but it's the prerequisite one of playing the football with accuracy. Timing, great decision. Boy, he does all the things that you need to do quarterback to do.
All right, so the pick is in, and again, we expect it to be Cam Ward, though we've not been officially told that as of yet, and then perhaps the fireworks begin after that. So Cam Ward, a young man who began his career at the University of the Incarnate Word, spent 2 seasons there, then went to Washington State. Then made the decision to come out into last year's draft, changed his mind, instead transferred to the U, and look at him now, perhaps about to hear his name called as the first pick of the 2025 National Football League draft. You heard Lewis making the comparison to Patrick Mahomes. That's what everyone in the NFL was looking for. A young man with that sort of talent, those sorts of traits. The Tennessee Titans need a quarterback badly. The commissioner, I'm told, is making his way to the stage to make the announcement of the first pick in the 2025 National Football League draft. There he is. We see him. Here comes the commissioner. The pick is in. #1.
Come on. With the first pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Tennessee Titans select Cameron Ward, quarterback from Miami.
We already knew that pick was happening.
As we said, he made the right call a year ago, going back to school, finished 4th in the Heisman voting in his one season at the U. Started 57 games in college, and I'm being told as he makes his way to the stage, we will watch Cam Ward make his way to the stage, but I'm being told we have major breaking news. Adam Schefter, what do we have?
All right, Brady, we have the first trade of round 1. The Cleveland Browns have traded out of the 2nd overall pick. They're moving back to number 5 to the Jacksonville Jaguars spot.
Oh, Jaguars traded up, huh?
The Browns will get the number 5 overall pick, a 2nd-round pick, number 36, a 4th-round pick,
Wow.
number 126, and the first-round pick of the Jaguars in 2026. The Jaguars in turn get the number 2 pick, a 4th-round pick, and a 6th-round pick. The Jaguars are on the clock. The youngest general manager in the NFL, James Gladstone, at the age of 34, University of Jacksonville, is taking a huge swing at the 2nd pick, and they are targeting Travis Hunter.
All right, that is a remarkable development immediately here. And so as you see Cam Ward having his moment with the commissioner, this is something that we knew would happen. We did not know we would have a trade as early as number 2. Mel, Jacksonville giving up lots of move up here. Is Travis Hunter, if indeed that is the player, is he worth all that they apparently are giving in return?
Think about Jacksonville right now. Liam Cohen, right? Head coach, he wants offense. No question. Help out Trevor Lawrence, right? What can Travis Hunter do? He can bring you juice to an offense. He can be a playmaker. He can be a touchdown maker. They need help in corner. That's a neat area for the Jaguars. He can be strategically worked in at quarterback late in the first half, late in games. He stays inside him in the fourth quarter. Travis Hunter, the Jacksonville Jaguars, all that Trevor, all that quarterback spot, 2 for the price of 1. Travis Hunter is, in my opinion, the best player in this draft. I don't think it's, when you think about what he can do, I understand it's tough in the NFL to play both ways. It's going to be very difficult. He may not be able to do it more than a year or 2. But I think we could always work him in on the other side of the ball. He's going to be offense with Trevor, and then on defense, the quarterback spot in the neat area, he'll figure it out. He has not had the benefit in college up until this point of being able to just focus on one position. So how can you be great at one spot when you're playing both ways you're out there all the time? Yeah, he was. He's special, and for Jacksonville to give up what they did, it tells you they believe he was the number 1 player in this draft. They needed him on both sides of the ball.
And Grady, we're talking about a unicorn, something we've never seen before. And for them to give this up, they believe he's that. And for all this talk about can he play both sides of the NFL, think about this. The NFL game is slow. College football is a lot faster, and he did it in college football. So how come he couldn't do it in the NFL when the game is slower? There are fewer plays. We're going to major you on offense, and we'll let you play certain coverages on defense. I think he can do it. And if Jacksonville is indeed taking Travis Hunter, Liam Cohen, an offensive guy, you can best believe he's going to use him on offense to the fullest extent.
Sure. Look, I don't think you want to play him 120 snaps a game. Okay? I don't think that's what. I think it's going to be something like 60-40, 75-25, something like that in terms of breaking it up. Look, Deion did tell me, Deion Sanders, when I went out to Colorado, that he would start him on the offensive side of the ball when they break out of their initial first team meeting with whatever team he goes to. He needs to learn the nuances because he's on that side of the football. He thinks he can step on the field immediately and contribute on defense. You'd be hard-pressed to find anybody up here to say anything different. So, look, Mel put it perfect. You're getting 2 for 1 with this guy. You're getting 2 players in 1. Yeah. Absolutely, you move up to get that kind of player.
Let's make sure everyone can see exactly what it is that the Jaguars have given up here. It is a significant trade. Again, Shefty told us about an hour ago to expect quite a few explosive trades early, and we get it here. And look at all that Jacksonville is giving up here. The 5th pick this year, a 2nd and a 4th, and next year's first-round pick. I'm curious to hear from you, Louis Riddick, as a team builder. Andrew Barron, the general manager of Cleveland, referred to Travis Hunter and compared him to Shohei Ohtani. Shohei Ohtani has revolutionized baseball as we know it. How do you feel about the Browns trading away the opportunity to select him here?
Look, I miss Ohtani. You look at that on your screen right there. You know, you have a first-round pick this year, a first-round pick next year. I mean, that's big time. And he needs to now maximize all those extra picks. But Jacksonville, man, they need to get the special play.
Back to Shefty. Here's what we got, Brady. These two sides have been working on this trade for 2 weeks, and it changes the shape of this draft and Cleveland's approach to quarterback because the Browns now have 2 second-round picks at the top of this draft, and they also have 2 ones sealed for more quarterback in this draft. So they can opt for quarterback here tonight or tomorrow, or opt for 2026. They have options, and the Jacksonville Jaguars instead have what they believe will be the best player in the draft. They're moving up to get that type of player. A huge swing from both teams, but both sides believe it's worth it. So there's Travis Hunter there awaiting the call that we will expect to be hearing momentarily here from Jacksonville. Berger, your thoughts on Travis Hunter now with a here headed to Jacksonville after all this time? We assumed he'd be going to Cleveland.
Oh, Brady, I love it. I think he's the best weapon in the draft. He's a unicorn, something that we have not seen. You have to maximize this, though. If you're Jacksonville, you're going to take Travis Hunter. You have to maximize on offense. And this is about helping Trevor Lawrence, who's underachieved so far in Jacksonville. You have to surround the quarterback with weapons. This is the ultimate weapon, the best wide receiver in the draft.
What's going on, everybody?
And the only thing I'll say is, look, defensively, they were hard on defense. Yards giving up yards for play, explosive plays. Look, if ever an organization needed a two-way player that fits perfectly right into what their needs are, this is the young man.
This is the new National Football League. This is a league where we did not used to see this sort of wheeling and dealing. This is becoming much more commonplace young general managers in place, as was pointed out by Adam Schefter moments ago, and one of the youngest and the newest in the NFL making a dramatic move here. The pick is in. The Jaguars expected to make it here any moment here. We'll hear from Roger Goodell on what direction it is they've chosen to go. Huge trade being made immediately on the condition of making it play. So after the trade to this crowd and the second pick in this year's draft.
While we are here tonight to celebrate the 32 young men entering the NFL, I'm honored to take a moment to recognize a player who made a profound impact on and off the field. The Walter Payton NFL Man of the Year Award, presented by Nationwide, recognizes one player each year who best represents greatness and compassion both on and off the field and in the community. Tonight, we are proudly joined by the 2024 Walter Payton NFL Man of the Year, Derek Armstead.
First off, I want to say thank you to the commissioner, thank you to the Payton family and the NFL and Nationwide, and also tonight I want to encourage each player embarking on the NFL journey to identify a passion close to their heart and act upon it. Use your platform to make your community, the league, and this world a better place. As we remember Walter Payton, strive to leave a positive legacy of your own. Thank you. We have a trade. The Cleveland Browns have traded the second pick to the Jacksonville Jaguars. And here's the second pick in the 2025 NFL Draft. The Jacksonville Jaguars select Travis Hunter, wide receiver, defensive back from Colorado.
That's right. They get two for the 2-1. Strong on both sides of the ball, but making history is nothing new for this Heisman winner. He was widely considered the best player in the country coming out of high school in Georgia. Chose to play for Coach Prime at Jackson State, making him the first 5-star recruit ever to play at an HBCU. At the National Colorado, he became the first player ever to win the Electrocom Award as the nation's top receiver and the McNarrick Award as the best defensive player in the country. And now here's the second pick in the National Football League draft, now headed to Jacksonville. With Ryan Thomas Jr., Strange,
what's going on, everybody?
Pick out of Penn State, Liam Cohen, and Trevor Lawrence, you really like. Now you got a guy like Travis Hunter on the offensive side of the ball, which he was dynamic in Colorado. What about the ball skills? About the football IQ? How's the work ethic? How about scouting players on the field, guy, throwing a game when he's out there playing on both sides about every play? They just want that many players on the field. That's the underrated part of Travis Hunter, his passion for the game, his knowledge of the game, and football IQ.
There are a lot of great players that have played in national football. Right? A lot of great pass catchers who have fantastic ball skills. I sports over there where a lot of them really made their name. This guy right here, I'm telling you this, I was out there his pro day, and he was catching the football and running routes. I said, one, the ball never touched the ground, and two, he didn't have gloves on, and you couldn't hear the ball hit his hand. Some of the most natural hand-eye coordination and ball tracking I've ever seen in my life, but I've seen some great players. This guy truly is, as Deion likes to put it, he's his. He's different now. He's different, and that's why Jacksonville went ahead and did what they did. So they said, look, he's too good to pass up. Mel pointed perfectly. I said it just a minute ago. He's 2 for 1. That's what you're getting, and you'd be forced not to utilize the rest of it.
When you're getting 2 for 1, I think it's important to talk about the stamina. Yeah, it's hard playing football on one side of football. Louis, you know, you and I play defense. It's hard to play defense. And then they go to the bench and pop right back up and get back up and play offense. I don't think America understands the stamina that this young man has and how hard he works in the offseason to prepare. truly something I've been around the game a long time. I've never seen anything like this.
It's a reasonable question to ask how much he can play on both sides of the ball. We understand that he can play one side and dabble on the other, but realistically, as brilliant an athlete as he is, and I sell him short and no regard, he's as good as we've seen in a long time. Can he realistically play full time on both sides of the ball?
You're not going to play him 120 again. You're not going to play 120, 130 snaps a game for 17 games and expect him to last a decade or longer. It's just not going to happen. You have to be judicious with it. Like I said, it has to be a 60-40, 75-25, 70-30 type of split. The question is, where are they using it first? Is it primarily offense or defense?
All right, following the draft is standing Brian. She's got the number 2 pick in the draft. Verizon Business takes us down to the stage. Molly.
Thank you, Brittany. Travis, Jacksonville traded up to get you. What's your reaction to how all of that unfolded?
I mean, they didn't talk to me since the combine, so I was super excited to be able to go back home and be able to play for an organization that I was worthy to trade never getting.
What kind of conversations did you have with the Jack staff about where they see you playing together?
I mean, they told me they were going to let me go out there and do what I do, so they took me on full coordinator, so I'm going to go out there and do what I can do.
Travis Hunter, a history maker, the first player in the draft era to be announced at both positions, receiver and defensive back. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
Greetings.
You mentioned that he's going home, Molly. His hometown in Georgia is about 374 miles from Jacksonville. And we talked about the history that he is making. Well, we are in the shadow of Lambeau Field, the legendary Green Bay Packers. Don Hudson, the only player in NFL history to catch 400 passes and make at least 10 interceptions. He did all of that without wearing shoulder pads, by the way. Will Travis Hunter be the first ever to do it with shoulder pads? The last player to play consistently on both sides of the ball was his coach, Deion Sanders. Prime time, 1996 with the Cowboys. He made 8 starts on both offense and on defense. Obviously, one of the great players of all time. We'll see if his protege is able to follow in his footsteps. So, here tonight. Jacksonville making the trade. Moving up to number 2. I told the tickets in now at number 3. So the New York Giants, you've been waiting all season long to see what direction this team would go. For so long, they expected to go in the direction of quarterback. And then that conversation seemed to have ceased. Perhaps they'll talk to the quarterback later in the night. It's the Giants draft room. John Mallon looking for results quickly here after a very disappointing season. The commissioner is making his way to the stage. But for Cam Ford went number 1. Travis Hunter went number 2. It's time to find out who's going number 3.
With the 3rd pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the New York Giants select Abdul Carter, defensive end, Penn State.
Well, that one goes as expected. You remember the defensive player of the year. 23.5 tackles for loss by a wide margin, the most in the country. Finished with 23 sacks in 3 years in State College, and now was all over the field in that semifinal loss to Notre Dame, which proved to be his final game. As they got after Carter, he not only worked as an off-ball linebacker for 2 years, he had 17 tackles for loss and 11 sacks over a 2-year period. They unleashed him off the edge of Ted Peter. He goes to 24 tackles for loss. So that's more than over a 2-year period. 12 sacks for 11 over a 2-year period. Double the number. So bottom line is, you put him off the edge, you play him off ball, you steal the edge, play the run, they make the pass, they drop to the coverage, a really good job there. The bend, the wide variety of moves that this young man had. I thought he was exceptional. Foot injury, I said, how did this go there? Surgery, no surgery, that's funny. We're pushing that to the high. New York Giants have edge one. They line Thibodeau, Ryan Burns. Play ball. All the way back. They to the road guy. Bottom line is the guy off the edge this year. And it's like Michael Carson. You saw what he could do when he was unleashed. Just like Carson. Just resembles that type of player. And that's not even harder.
You think about what a team that Georgia did with that defensive line, where they dominated Kansas City Super Bowl, where they were so stacked in the defensive line. It's no wonder what things they think with Carter and Burns and Dexter Lawrence, they can absolutely dominate you and go from the inside. So I think he's the best edge guy in the draft. The elite first step quickly, the ability to bend, the ability to turn his corner. His first step is the best best that I've seen in a long time.
Yeah, LeBron Miller says it all the time, right? Look, this is some of the best guys of all time out there, serious right. This guy can get off the rock. And here's the thing that impresses me the most about it. He flat out plays hard. When you talk about competitive character, for 60 minutes, this dude is not the quarterback. He asked the Penn State coaches prior to the 2014 to put him at defensive end. He asked for the switch. They were wondering how he was going to handle when they put him in a 6-15, right? Half over the tight end when tackles started coming down on him and double teaming him, whether or not he's going to be able to withstand it and come back again and again and again. He continues to get better at it. But I'll say this, when it's third down, he's got speed to tower, he's got high side speed, he's got an inside spin, he's got it all. Incredible play.
He wears the same uniform number that Micah Parsons did when he followed in those footsteps as far as effectiveness in the NFL. Verizon Business takes us down to Molly, who's standing by with the third pick of the draft. Molly.
Thank you, Sri Abdul. Your dad trained you your entire childhood. What was that moment like after your name was called with your dad and your family?
It was surreal. I want to be here with all. Blessed. Thank you for my family. Thank you for everybody who helped me get to this moment. I can't wait to celebrate this moment with my family.
You grew up in Philly. You grew up an Eagles fan. How are you going to bring the Giants back to dominance in the NFC East?
Yeah, I'm all New York. New York getting everything from me. All the passion I have, all the love that I have, all the excitement. On Thursday, I didn't get allowed. I'm going to get that big swing. I got my best pass off with that biggest move to play.
All right, congratulations, Abdul.
Thank you.
Great.
Molly, thank you. Abdul Carter is the third defensive player selected in the top 3 overall by the Giants in the common draft era. Others, Lawrence Taylor and Carl Banks. So Travis Hunter is up to board. How about his college teammate?
T-Mobile
call draft one of the NFL draft continues from Green Bay on ESPN. The 2025 NFL Draft is presented by Courtyard Marriott, the official hotel.
Crazy how many people do this draft. And most of the time we standing there waiting for our pick.
Three Courtyard's official
5 to 12 minutes.
open the new world.
Waiting for a pick.
Now we get to hang out with NFL fans all season long.
You don't have to watch the commercial. Yeah, that's a good thing, you don't have to watch these commercials. But yeah, you're literally waiting 5 to 12 minutes for a pick. Hanging on all that time. A lot of people will leave once their team gets picked. You'll have a bad each night. Detroit last year that I liked. And Ice Cube was in Las Vegas, which is pretty cool. Ice Cube, and then they had another band called Marshall Ice.
Better than a limited time deal and unlimited time deal. That's why the $5 Biggie Bag and the Junior Bacon Cheeseburger is available all the time. Because the best time for fresh and frozen cheese and Applewood smoked pieces is all the time. For the best deal of all time, you gotta be Wendy's.
There's no like calls when you have those things. McCaffrey was a tough call. You can't go. So they call Christian. They call me off your life. Wood or tile finish. Which one you gonna do? This could bring the whole kitchen. Call out Christian. London Sky. Sure. Sure. Get the man some London Sky. And it's a special gift with the Lowe's app. Use or online. Our Lowe's has you covered.
Hey, you're not actually allowed to drink in a beer commercial?
Sounds like
You gotta wait till it's done. Oh, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Bring the off season on Your home to all things NFL. Get the news, the highlights, and more access with a subscription to NFL Plus. The moves, the players, all in one place. All year long. Welcome home. Welcome back to Green Bay. Time now for a draft moment powered by Shopify. Let's look at what's happening with those are tonight. Top three picks of this year's NFL draft. Number one, what exactly did you expect? Cam Ward drafted right there. Number two, all right, folks. Immediately, Jacksonville trading up from number 5 to number 2 with the Browns and taking Travis Hunter, the sensational two-way star out of Colorado. Number 3, the New York Giants. Quarterback Heaney, but deciding to go after the quarterback Hunter, Admiral Carter, the defensive end. That stake is picked up from the New England Patriots on the board, and their pick is in his way to the Navy pronounced. The Patriots pick like Frankel, which one of the ball teams looks to go on and roll around their young quarterback right there. It is the commission of the Patriots pick.
With the fourth pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the New England Patriots select Will Campbell, tackle, LSU.
He's a young man who has been a star for a long time. He has Monroe, Louisiana, as the highest rated offensive lineman that state has used in 7 years. As a starter at LSU with a 8% foot on campus. In all, he started 38 games with a consensus All-American bug as a junior last year.
Really, I know that he was 18 years old. He's always been a left tackle. The left tackle at LSU, he will play left tackle in the NFL. I know there are questions about the arm length. He had that same arm length in the SEC. We lined up against competitors week in and week out. You're talking about a guy who's a natural finisher. Elite athleticism. He has the balance to recover. If you beat him on the outside, he will turn and come back on the inside. Recovery is some of the best that you see at the left tackle position. Footwork is tremendous. Has the ability to mirror up and stay in front of the defenders. From a power standpoint, has the power to stop for all the receivers. I think what Lima needs to know is they're getting an alpha in the role, a leader. If you're Mike Vrabel, you're coming in there, you're bringing your captain, your culture in there. Will Campbell's going to instill that. He will be an alpha in the offensive role, and that's exactly what New England needs.
Now we'll see the best offensive lineman in this draft. Or the two tackles we'll hear tonight. Armand Membo of Missouri is a right tackle. They well left tackle. Remember last year, J.C. Latham left right tackle, went to left tackle and struggled. Now he's back at right tackle. That's not automatic. So they want that right side position. They can't have it for Green Bay. He's the franchise. Will Campbell, the arm length, is an outlier. Outliers can be great. There's no question. Will Campbell's left block is phenomenal. That's protection. He will get the ball out. We'll protect you a little bit as well in that regard. I'm keeping an eye on a couple of things here now. Stress and hold. The Giants, right? The Giants have Abdul Gardner. They have a quarterback lead. Wilson, Winston, and Davida. Instead of one last time. Now, frame the law firm, quarterback a little empty, right? What they do a quarterback moving forward? We should learn maybe dropping or see where he goes. What's that do? They are a quarterback DDP, but you got Ashton Gibson sitting there, right? They're looking for a defensive end, opposite Miles Garrett. They want a wide receiver as well, and they also have that needed the quarterback spot. So we have New Orleans sitting there at 9. I said, for 16, so with his own state, Atlanta's own Carolina, Tampa Bay. We have teams now. How are they going to maneuver now for quarterback? Great team, quarterback feeding. How do they attack it?
I'll tell you what. I don't know what they're going to do, but I can tell you what right now, Mike Davis, he's walking around in that press room shaking hand. So they had gone to work here this offseason trying to make sure they get taken care of. They get Morgan Moses, plug him in like that, and Gavin Cranberry. You want to play center now. Now you got Will Campbell, who that highlight right there, we didn't mention something that he was holding that highlight, but we're talking about his arm like being sub 33, but he's got the hands called cinder block. I mean, you're using those hands as well as anybody who was grabbed. But I think methodically, New England is addressing all the things that all season you said they need to address. Will Campbell will be a decade-long tackle. This is a no-brainer pick in my estimation.
It was the expected pick. So the players that have been drafted thus far, for those of you who don't know what the process of the last year, they've been the players that we were selection having traded back at number 5. In the meantime, Verizon Business brings us back down to the stage. Who is there with Will Campbell?
Well, the second ever LSU O-lineman in the first round. Even you're emotional here. How meaningful is it for you to represent this program in the state of Louisiana?
It is much for me and my family. For me to be able to represent it in the right way. We repay them for what they did for me.
I know you spent a lot of time with Patriots staff and head coach Mike Vrabel. What do you like about the culture that he's building there in New England?
Yeah, logo speaks for itself. But Coach Vrabel is the guy who I want to play for. He's a football guy who will be in it. And I've loved everything and everybody in that building about it since the first time I stepped in there. So it's a complete honor to be able to have this hat on right now.
One thing for sure, quarterback Drake may have to be happy about this selection. Congratulations, Will.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Great.
You can hear the awe in his voice. What a wonderful moment. Reminder that this night is not just about the analysis, but it's about the opportunity for these young men. By the way, the older football fans in our audience will appreciate this. The Patriots drafted a top 10 offensive lineman only once in the Condon draft era. It was John Hannah, who was 4th overall in 1973, and made very much of the greatest guard that ever played. Obviously, we're looking at what he can be. Critical pick so far in the draft. Frank May is going to have to be that franchise quarterback they hope he can become. All right, we're at number 5 again. This is the Cleveland Browns that traded back. As we're looking at the second pick, back here at 5, and here comes the commissioner to announce the selection.
With the fifth pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Cleveland Browns select Mason Graham, defensive tackle, Michigan.
After all of the speculation about all of the surprises we may get outside of the trade, these are the players we were expecting. Mason Graham is a 2-time All-American from Los Angeles. He was the defensive MVP of the Rose Bowl, the year the Wolverines won the national title. He was a star wrestler in high school as well. Jim Harbaugh called him a gift from the football god when he brought him to Ann Arbor, and now Graham lived up to the hype. Everybody said Graham was rocking. And there was even Lauren Nolan could maybe go ahead of the defensive back out of Ole Miss. Mason Graham started off by big board. Cleveland made that deal, kind of threw out the whack a little bit. A little curveball. Mason Graham